Hi guys, good to see my videos in my channel, though I cannot see you. There are some English words that have different meanings in Korea. The words I'm going to talk about today are, the first one is meeting. These days, a lot of Koreans say this word in business settings too, like a gathering where a lot of arguments or discussions take place. If you say like, "나 미팅 있어," I have a meeting. In your working places in Korea, then it certainly means that you have a business meeting. But when Koreans, especially students like from high school or college students, when they say they have a meeting, more than 90% of it means a group blind date. A group blind date. Meeting itself is an English word, but its meaning in Korea is Konglish. Its meaning is not something recently popped up. It's been quite a long time since I graduated from college, so I haven't heard of it as a meaning of a group blind date. But this word still does exist in Korea, being used as a group blind date. It can be a double, triple, or quadruple blind date. The size of it can be even way bigger than that, like 10 or something. It's not an unusual occasion though. 나 미팅했어. When translated literally, I did a meeting, which means I had a group blind date. We first met at a meeting, then that means they first met in a group blind date for sure. They wouldn't have met in a business meeting and seen eye to eye to become an item. No, absolutely not. Alright, then let me tell you how it works, how the meeting works. And firstly, there should be ones from both sides, like boys and girls sides, who can take the initiative to round up their friends, who can go on a blind date together, go on a group blind date together after setting the size of the meeting, like 2 versus 2 or 3 versus 3. Then they look for the right place to have a meeting. That is not very quiet, or otherwise they would get attention from the people around them, like, look, they have a group blind date. Which is very embarrassing, so they try to keep away from some kind of very quiet place like a cafe or something, but rather, well, the most frequent place for meetings is a pub where each one around them is loud, high, so they don't care about the people who are having a group blind date. And both parties, boys and girls, arrive at the pub. Boys have a seat in a row, and girls have a seat in a row too, facing each other. That's how it starts. After a couple of inquisitive looks on their faces to check who their types are on the other side, a couple of minutes or even an hour of chatter, they set a certain rule to pick partners, like mixing random belongings of the boys and girls are to pick them to be the partners of its owners. Is it fun? This is just one most likely example. There could be millions of ways out there to be temporarily paired. Speaking of which, I think I have to tell you about someone who takes very serious, very important responsibility in a meeting, in a group blind date. I'm afraid to say this, but there can be the most shunned boy or girl for some reason in a meeting. They are called 폭탄, which means a bomb in English. The 폭탄, the bomb, is mostly a boy or a girl who looks the least attractive, to put it mildly, in the group they belong to. So, 폭탄 작업반, this means a bomb squad. You know what I mean? Just think about it in the movie, bomb squads, what do they do? The person who is designated as a bomb squad in a group blind date is supposed to cotton to bombs, 폭탄s, on the other side of their groups, keep flirting with them, so he or she can be the partner of them in the end to help the rest of their friends have a good time. This may sound very harsh, but it happens. Some words have been coined from this word meeting, like 소개팅. 소개 means introduction. 팅 came from the word meeting. 팅. So it means a one-on-one blind date, like your friend or someone you know fixes you up with your partner. And there's also a word, 과팅. 과 means a major or a class. In college, ting came from the word meeting. So 과팅 means usually from the boys from the same major and the girls from the different major get together to have a group blind date. So the size of 과팅 is somewhat bigger, much bigger than other meetings. Like from what I heard, it's from 2 versus 2. Sometimes it's up to 10 versus 10 or even up to 20 versus 20. Okay, the word I'm going to talk about, the second word I'm going to talk about is hunting. Well, as you might have guessed, it's not something you're on the lookout for some animals or something. It's pickup. What pickup? It's picking up a girl on the street or at a bar or at a pub, wherever it is likely to happen. Hunting. Koreans usually say this word with do. Do hunting. hunting하다. Korean guys usually do this hunting just for some light casual partners for the day or for the night, as is often the case. You can't expect serious relationships from this hunting, though there could be some couples end up getting married after this hunting. In fact, some of my friends got married after they'd hunted their wives, but I wouldn't say many Korean younger generations turn to this hunting to find their significant others. Alright, that's all I have for today. Hope you enjoyed it, and if there are any words that come in my mind, then I will get back to you right away. Have a good one, guys. See you next time. 안녕!